So a little bit of a product review today. As you know, with the garden, we're just surrounded by hedges and everything's getting a bit overgrown this time of year. So rather than messing around with the electric strimmers and hedge trimmers that we've already got, and they really struggle with this thick hedging, I've gone out and bought a fairly budget Petrol hedge trimmer, but this one's a dual purpose, so it can be a strimmer or a hedge trimmer. So let's see what we got. So the main benefit is you don't have to mess around with ladders or anything. This has got a fairly long extension pole, so we can do most of it from ground level, and even trim the top by bending over the hedge trimming part. So there's not many Petrol appliances that you get for under £100, so we'll have to see how it performs, but it feels pretty solid and fairly good build quality. Right, so I'll put this together and then we'll have a look at it forming. I'm going to be using it mainly as a hedge trimmer, so today that's what we'll look at, but I'll get it together and we'll have a look at it then. Okay, so it came in 3 sections for the hedge trimmer. You had the main blade part with this pivoting head here. That just had 2 little Allen nuts there to take out, push the pole in, locate it and then put them back in. That basically stays permanently attached to there because it's not used for the other for the strimming part of the machine. And then this is where you would swap out the strimmer, which is this kind of bent shaft here. Then you've got this spring-loaded peg here, which locates into the hole of whatever shaft you're using, and this plastic wing nut, which kind of tightens up and clamps onto it. So that's everything put in together now, and we'll have a look at the actual the engine itself and get some fuel mixed up. So on the body of the machine, where you've got the pole which stays constantly there, the kind of drive shaft, you have this handle which needs to be put on, and once that's on, that stays on, I think, for both modes of strimming or hedge trimming. And there's an Allen key in there as well to help you out. So okay, so everything's been fairly straightforward. As I said, I'm going to leave the strimming part of the machine to one side today, but I have put it together. So you've got the curved kind of drive shaft for that one, and the guard here, and it comes with the spool, and it's already got some the nylon cutter in there as well. So we'll put that to one side, and basically that slots in and the screws on tight. But we'll give that a go, perhaps in a future video. Now obviously we want to get some good quality fuel mixed up for this, so I've got fresh petrol, a good quality 2-stroke oil, and a fresh mixing bottle. And I keep a mixing bottle separate for all of the petrol machinery, so I know I've got one for the chainsaw and one for this hedge trimmer, and I can mark on there because they may well be different mixes. So then we'll take our 2-stroke oil and top it up just up to the 40 mark, which is that one on the left. Could do with being on flatter ground as well. You can buy this pre-mixed, because I use the petrol for the mower, it makes sense to keep it separate. Alright, so I'm going to top it up on this cardboard just so we don't kill the grass. Obviously best to do it on a patio or something. But the fuel bottle is actually at the bottom of the engine itself, so we'll top that up and see how we go. Okay, so we're all topped up with fresh fuel, and I've got primed the engine, which is just this little bubble at the back here, and give that 5 or 6. And you can see that's six pumps, and it's just full there, so just get one more. And then there's a choke here, so we'll bump that up for a cold start and we'll see how we go. Okay, so giving it 4 goes now, and it's almost getting there, so I'll give it a little bit more, just make sure that choke's on. Okay, so I actually had to move the choke back down to halfway to get it to start there, but it seems to be running fine now. So I'll probably leave it to warm up for a minute or so, get the fuel and oil around the engine. The last thing I should have done before I fired it up was just give it a little dribble of chain oil or lubricant on the actual blades. So I'll do that now, and then we'll fire it up and give it a quick test along this back hedge here. I did actually do the face of this hedge yesterday with the electric one, but it struggled so much that that's why impulsive buy to go out and get this. So we'll give it a little trim, but the main thing I wanted this for was because you can spin this blade on a right angle. It means I can get the top of this hedge here, hopefully at a nice 90-degree cut, without having to balance on ladders and wobble around down the bottom there. So it seems to be cutting really well. It's quite a short blade, actually shorter than the electric one. But I think because you've got the long pole, it helps quite a lot. As I said, I've already trimmed the front of this hedge, so there wasn't much to take off. But what I really want to do is angle the top now, so we can see if we can cut the top without a ladder. So I'm going to swing it 90 degrees away from me so I can trim the top of the hedge. There's another one of those pulled pegs there, and then you squeeze those two bits. There's actually lots of different angles you can set it at, but I want to try and keep it at that 90 degrees, which is that last notch. Right, so it's obviously going to go in only the length of the blade, but we'll see how that goes and get the first cut done. Last night I was using the electric trimmer, and you can see I've only got about halfway into that. The depth of this, it's probably about 6 or 7 foot deep, this hedge. And I was on this rickety ladder, and that's as far as I go, so hopefully this will take me that little bit further and I can trim the lot. So that's the first little play around with that. That's the multi-purpose Titan tool, just from Screwfix. Couple of things, it is quite heavy, like all petrol powered machines, so the harness, you really either want to get your own harness or make sure this is the right length so you're not holding it all on your arms. Already getting a little bit hot under your arm, so you might want to just wear long sleeves just to prevent it kind of catching you under the arms. Doesn't seem too noisy in comparison to some of the other chainsaws and hedge trimmers which I've used, so really happy. So hopefully we'll soon get all this down this evening. So based on that, and based on the 20-30 minutes I've used it so far, it seems like a good product. So I hope that helps. So for more videos on the house renovation and for other projects we've got planned for the garden this summer, please click subscribe and you'll be kept up to date with those videos. And also make sure you visit our blog, which is restorationcouple.com. I'll put a link down here, and we'll see you in the next video. So thanks for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself. See you next time.